Hello class, this is Douglas and I'm reporting to you from Los Angeles where I live, and I'm here to talk to you today about mounting your final design on presentation board. And you're probably wondering, why are we mounting it? And the reason is because presentation is important. Presentation affects how the viewer perceives your design and how much attention they give it. Once your mounting is complete, your artwork is going to look something like this wonderful student artwork done in a previous class. Okay, but before we get to that, let's pick up where we left off. Okay, at this point you should have 10 plus thumbnails done. You should have chosen 2 to 3 of those thumbnails to develop into rough sketches. Have completed those rough sketches and have developed those rough sketches into 2 to 3 comprehensives. Once you have your 2 to 3 comprehensives, you choose the one that is the most successful. And in this case, it's an easy decision. So once you've chosen the comprehensive that you want to make into your final, you're going to then cut your presentation board. And you're going to do this using your X-Acto knife, a ruler, and a pencil. Okay, and the first step is to measure your presentation board out to 15 inches by 15 inches. And you'll notice your presentation board is already 15 inches wide. So you need to make it so that it's 15 inches long. So get your ruler, okay, find 15, make a dash, okay. Go on to the other end, find 15, make a dash, okay, and then you're going to draw a line across. Okay, then you're going to get your X-Acto knife, and you're going to line your pencil up, or not your pencil, your ruler. You're going to line your ruler up with that line you drew. You're going to get your X-Acto knife, and you're going to make several passes. And you're going to do this slowly and carefully. And you want to make sure that you're cutting away from yourself. Don't cut towards yourself. Make sure your fingers aren't in the way when you cut. And also make sure you're cutting on a surface that you don't mind cutting through into. If you're cutting onto a nice wooden table, that's going to be bad. So maybe place some cardboard under the presentation board that you're going to cut. Okay, and this may take about 5 passes. 5 to 7 passes. Okay, and then cut off any loose bits, and you're complete. Okay, so now our goal is to center your final in the presentation board. Okay, and since our final is 10 inches by 10 inches, and your presentation board is 15 inches by 15 inches, this means that there's going to be a 2.5 inch border around the entire final design. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to mark off 2.5 inches on this end, 2.5 inches on that end, 2.5 inches on this end, 2.5 inches on this end. Okay, and you're gonna follow those marks to create a line. And just make sure to draw lightly because you will be erasing these marks later. They're just guidelines so that you could center your final design on the presentation board. This side, 2.5 inches on this side, 2.5 inches on this side, 2.5 inches on this side. Okay, and follow those marks to create a line. Okay, so the next step is to use rubber cement. This is included with the kit. And you're going to use this and place it on the back of your final. Okay, and you want to make sure when you flip it over onto a clean surface. If you'd like, you could get a piece of tracing paper and flip it over onto that. Okay, so the face doesn't get dirty. And you're going to open this up. And now the stuff has a funny smell, and you're going to want to make sure you have adequate ventilation. Maybe open a window and a door so you get a cross breeze, so you don't breathe it in. And you're going to want to apply this to the back of your final, okay? Then you can get your presentation board with the lines drawn on, and you're simply going to line your design up with those marks. Okay, and while the rubber cement is wet, you're going to press your design down onto the presentation board. Okay, now I'd also suggest in this case to get another piece of tracing paper and push and to mount. Let me see if I have tracing. Yes, I do. I have tracing paper. Rather than touch the face of your design, which can make it dirty, I would suggest getting tracing paper, pushing down on it like this, okay? So that you're able to mount it, but you don't get marks on it or any type of dirt. Now, once you're done, you're going to want to erase any of those stray marks, okay, that are still showing up. As well as any rubber cement that was pressed out onto the presentation board. Okay, once you've done that, voila, your work is mounted.